Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make a vector rope inside CorelDRAW 2019. So let's zoom in and focus on one little shape of this rope to get us started. So then I'm going to get the freehand drawing tool. I don't use the pen tool, never been a fan, and so I don't use it. And so I click points where I think I want points to be, and it should be double clicking and I'm going too slow. So there we go, click points where I want them. And then get to the last one and close it. And then I'll go to the shape tool and lasso them all and make them curved. And so now I can start to adjust them by clicking on them and pulling them how I want them. And if I want to get rid of one, it'll automatically kind of smooth and it kind of comes together all by itself. And this one, I don't like where I put it, so I'm going to just delete those two and smooth it out a little bit. And I probably don't need that one either. And then there's still kind of a little bump for that one. So what I do is I put one on each side and I delete the middle one. So there's my shape. And now we can assign it whatever color we want. I'll just pick a brown color down here. And I'll get rid of the outline by turning the X off down here. And now we can zoom out, which I use the F4 key to zoom out. Go back to our shape tool, or our pick tool, I mean. And now we need a circle to be able to wrap it around to modify like this rope. So now I'm going to pick the ellipse tool and I'm going to hold shift and control and draw it out from the center to get me a perfect circle. And I'll make it a brighter color so I can kind of see where my circle is. And now I'm going to drag it where I want it to be to kind of fit this here and kind of put it where I want. Okay, so that's our first main steps. The next thing we want to do is we want to turn on Snap to Objects. So we're going to go onto View, Snap to, and choose Objects. And I'm going to turn on Alignment Guides too, just because it's kind of helpful. So what we need to do now is find the center of this circle with some guidelines. So I'm going to grab a guideline from the side and I'm going to drag it where that X is. It doesn't have to be totally perfect. So if the snap isn't behaving and doesn't want to do what you want it to do, doesn't show it, there it is. We got put it in the general location. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you want to see the center to make sure it's right where our ruler is, we're relatively close. That's good. So now the biggest trick of this project here is the rotation part. So what we got to do is click on our shape that we want to rotate around the circle and click again, and it's going to give our center rotation. And what we do is we drag that center of rotation and put it on the center of that circle. Oops, it jumped off there. Get it to snap. Now we're ready to wrap it around the circle. So in order to do that, we need to open our transform docker. So we go Window, Dockers, and Transform, and that will open up our transform docker. So let's select on our piece. Now is our guessing game in terms of figuring how many objects it takes to rotate around the circle. So we can guess maybe like 15, and we'll set this to 20, and we'll see what happens. Click apply, and as we can see, they're too far apart and not enough to go around. So now we can just adjust these numbers until we get them to be where they want to be. So I'm going to do a Control Z and undo, and let's go down to 12 and maybe 25. And that's still not enough. So let's undo again, and let's try 30. And 30 looks like it might overlap, so let's undo that, and let's just make it 29. And we're good to go. There we are. We have a rope. So now we can delete our circle and we can delete our image. We can lasso off our rope, group it. We can give it a black outline and increase the thickness and make that, say, 3 points and rounded behind scale with image. And now you have a vector rope that you can add to any design. If you liked this tutorial, click on the subscribe button to get more tutorials coming soon. Thank you for watching.